Well, hey guys, come on in. Welcome to our Frontier House. Today we're going to be putting together a Dutch oven beef stew, and a little bit later on we're going to make an apple cobbler. I'm Mark Cathcart, Union County 4-H.
And I'm Carol Hamilton, Spartanburg County 4-H.
And Carol, we've already got our ingredients measured out, and so would you like to tell us about what we're going to be using today?
Absolutely. So we're going to start with some really nice vegetables to give us a hearty stew. We have some jalapenos, some baby carrots, and some mushrooms. We have some cubed beef. We have some frozen pearl onions, some red onions, a whole big bowl of red potatoes. We're going to use beef broth. I've got some fresh parsley from the garden. We have this mix of spices here. We've got a little bit of mustard, salt, pepper, and oregano, and some bay leaves. We have some scallions, some garlic, and then a little bit of butter. And we've got 1 can of diced tomatoes. And that's all we're going to need to make our beef stew today.
Well, that sounds great. We'll go ahead and combine those, and I will say that we'll provide the recipe for this later on in the video. But are you ready to go ahead and combine all the ingredients?
I sure am.
All right. So we've got our 14-inch Dutch oven.
And this Dutch oven recipe is going to take about 1.5 hours, 2 hours, making sure that our meat is cooked all the way through and our vegetables are softened a little bit. But we can just start combining these ingredients. Potatoes, our onions, and we left our red onions in these big chunks. They'll be nice and flavorful to bite into when our stew's finished. We have 2 pounds of meat here. And you could use another type of meat if you prefer venison. That would be a really good stew meat as well. Our carrots, jalapenos, and some mushrooms. And then I'm just going to sprinkle all our spices on top. Herbs and spices, I should say. We're going to add our can of diced tomatoes. And we're not going to drain this can off. We want all that liquid in there. Right now it kind of just looks dry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beef broth will solve that for you.
That's right. Well, I tell you, it smells good already.
Now once it starts cooking down, you are going to want to stir it once or twice just to get everything combined. But for the most part, you can leave this on the coals for the remainder of that period to cook that meat down. I also have a little bit of vinegar, which is going to help with our flavor. And that's all.
All right, that sounds great. Well, I've already prepared our coals outside, and so we're going to go ahead and put a lid on this and then move to the outside and get it to cooking. Alright, so we're fixing to put our Dutch oven on our coals. I've arranged a bed of coals for the bottom. We're going to go ahead and set it on, and then we'll put our coals on the top. So we get that oven effect. And of course a Dutch oven is actually an oven, and you get heat from all around, top and bottom. That's why we have this rimmed lid for our Dutch oven, so that our coals won't fall off, and we're able to manage them a lot better. It does matter how many coals you put on the top, on the bottom. You can control your heat by the number of coals in your arrangement.
Mark, are these the only coals that we're going to use throughout this process?
No, we're going to have to start some more coals, because since it's going to take about 1.5 hours to cook this, that won't be enough. They'll burn out and go down, and so your number will vary from time to time. Sometimes they'll burn down really small like this one, sometimes they'll be big, and we'll have another batch of coals started to add to these as we go. So Dutch oven cooking, take your time, don't get in a hurry. Really enjoyable and great food at the end of the process. Okay, well, we've got our beef stew cooking, and so Carol, how's that going?
We just checked it, stirred it. It's looking great. It's right on track to finish in about 45 minutes.
Oh, that'll be just right for us to put our dump cobbler together, and that's going to be our dessert. So we'll go ahead and assemble that. What we've got here is some simple ingredients that we're going to combine. We've got apple pie filling. We've got a yellow cake mix of your choice, a stick of butter, and some ground cinnamon. And so we'll go ahead and put those in and get them ready to go. It's very important, do not stir this cobbler. That's why it's called a dump cobbler. We'll get our pie filling in. Alright, now we're going to put our cake mix in. Going to put our butter. I'm just spreading it out evenly over the top in the little pats. Okay, and then our cinnamon. All right, and so that's what it looks like. And we're going to go ahead and put the lid on this and put it on our coals. All right, so we're going to put our cobbler on, and what we're going to do is a technique that we're going to utilize the coals that are on top of this oven, and we're going to double stack these ovens. So we're going to do like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some on top. Get this going. So we're actually getting double use out of these coals that's in between. Now I'll go ahead and finish putting my coals on. About 30-45 minutes, we'll be ready to eat. All right, well, we've got our cooking done, so we're going to open up our cobbler and take a look at it. Oh boy.
For only 4 ingredients, that looks great.
That looks good. Then we're going to take this off. Check out our beef stew. That looks good. Now, Carol, give me a little bite of that.
Oh, you want a bite too?
Yeah, I want a bite too.
I was just going to eat this all myself.
Boy, that's good.
Think we ought to share this with some of our coworkers?
No.
Okay. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you next time. get outside, do some Dutch oven cooking.